Seriously, I just want to say again, I'm the one that has my life destroyed with mental health and police and all this other shit because I got lied about. What did people take stuff off social media or something and misinterpret? I don't know. But all I know is that in 2015, I was lied about. I told my mother I was lied about. It wasn't true. She's tried to manipulate situations and organizations so she could get what she wanted. So it is control freak, narcissistic, vindictive way that my family behave in. And you know what? Honestly, Amanda's exactly like him, so forget it. As for myself and what's gone on since I was mugged after work November 30th, 2007, as I've said continuously, Giovanni wasn't a carer. I don't need a support network. I don't need looking after or caring for. Not mentally retarded, and I went straight back to my studies. George Jacobs has nothing but lies since I met him, and I'm sick of saying this. Well, I've continuously gone to George Jacobs and said that information is not true, correct it. George Jacobs, the whole matter of my workers' comp, including George Jacobs, should be up under investigation for what he's done. He's not, he shouldn't have even been part of this. And let me say right now, yes, I was mugged and robbed on my way home from work, but there was no mental health injuries surrounding that. Okay, I said this straight. Like there's damage to my left eye, chronic migraines, neck, back, discs, so forth, knee damage. Like it was physical injuries. It was a hit. It was physical injuries. So to rob and so forth, me. Now, it was down as physical injuries until basically I met Giovanni. I met Giovanni in August 2008. What has it got to do with him that he was the one spreading all this shit? And George Jacobs the same time. And I'm sick of it. It's not me that said the information, and I am the only person who can vouch for me. No one else can. So what was I doing? Well, I got mugged and robbed November 30th, 2007. My work was hauled off because of it, not because of me, because of my employer. Okay, I'm not even going to go down that path. I'm not saying anything negative about them. Just saying that's how it was. So then I went back to my studies. Like I've done TAFE College studies in the past. For an example, in 1996, I studied fine arts at TAFE College. In 1997, I studied design fundamentals. So then I thought, okay, well, in 2008, I started looking at other design courses. So I'm talking about before I met Giovanni. So I thought I'll go back to my design studies. So applied for Enmore Design Centre, TAFE College. Looked at a couple of different design courses. Started studying design events illustration, certificate 4 in 2009, where I received a credit for my pass in design a wearable object. Then I wanted to do more of interior design. So I'm holding my phone. I'm trying to do my arms again. So more in interior design. So then I went. So Cocoa Republic in those days, yes, Cocoa Republic had a school attached to it that was affiliated with Enmore Design Centre TAFE College. So then I studied there in 2010 and I passed that course. So I've said the truth. Now, what people have done is lied about me, and I'm so sick of how Australia is. No legal system, but we've got all these organisations, mental health and police can actually do what they've done. And this is, I'm paying for it. So I'm paying for it with the amount of like my money, my assets, belongings, savings, everything. And you want me to let go and move on from that? No, I'm sorry. It's a criminal matter. This just shows how easy it is for police, mental health and bullshit. It's like I turned around even in 2015 and said I wasn't suicidal. I don't care what someone says. I'm telling you. I don't particularly like being monitored and surveillance, so I'm going to play a prank on you idiots like I did from 2016 to 2018. Now, this is enough. I've had my entire life destroyed when I didn't do anything. I was lied about. This should have been a defamation of character matter. Discrimination, defamation, end of story. And the government departments that cause the trouble, like police and other organisations and so forth, should be forced to pay for it. So the government caused the trouble. You pay me what you've caused me damages for. I'm sick of this. The same thing, I did go through the green card process. Now, I found out about the DV1 back in 2006 when Jeremy Patterson was telling me about it. Because he applied through that way. That's why he was doing that film in 2006, 2007, where we used my place as a set. Now, as for me wanting to get a green card to America, this is something I've been looking into since I was there in January and February 2001. I'm not putting up with the fact I was monitored and surveillance for fuck's sakes. I'm meant to pay. No, I'm sorry. 9 years of paying to be monitored and surveillance? No, I won't. For what? Because you're going to try and make me out to be like Giovanni, violent? How many lies have been said about me? And how many lies have been said about me since I met Giovanni Craig Consalvo? Because I met him and he was a drug fucked loser, and that is the fucking truth, and I'm so sick and tired of police. He was a deadbeat, unemployed waiter living in a share house with nothing. And he found a good opportunity with me. And that's the truth. Every statement I've actually made is the truth, but police haven't even listened to me. So, fine. But the statements I made is the truth. And sure, I'm going to cut everyone out of my life, friends and so forth, when I'm turned around 9 years ago and said, the only thing I need help with is what I'm specifically telling you. I'm lied about. This is going to damage my entire life. I need a good solicitor to get rid of these organisations. Verify what I'm saying and correct the lies. Did you see my mother? Did you see my mother? No, she didn't. She would rather destroy her son's life thinking that, we will have nothing. I have no choice but to go and live with her or whatever bullshit she was up to. Fuck off. I kid you not. There's no way in hell. Well, everything I've said is the truth. Every single statement I've said is the truth. And I'm not putting up with it. I won't have a life now. I mean, you just destroyed my entire 30s, basically. You've destroyed when I was like in the prime of my life to actually have a great future. So I finished studying design at Emmore Design Centre, 2009, plus, the course I did in 2010. The only thing I had was a bit about problems with chronic fatigue and so forth. But back in 2015, 9 years ago, I'm in the prime of my life. And I could have had a fantastic future the last 9 years. But you, with your mental health and your bullshit and your lies and so forth that you projected into my life, just stopped that. You stopped my life dead, where I won't have a life now. And there's nothing I can do about that. You lied about me. You continue those lies for 9 years, even though back in 2015 and 2016 I said, can you stop? I'm telling you the truth. So back when I'm in the prime of my life and everything was moving forward perfectly for me, I've recovered from being mugged after work November 30th, 2007. I've recovered. I'm doing everything. Everything was great. Had a bout of pneumonia in 2016. Okay, I have to relax and, recover from that. You lied. All government departments lied. Police always, it's not us. Yes, it is. I love when police go, well, it wasn't us that. Yes, you did do it. Your government department did do it. Yes, this is what has been done. Yes, you've said things about me that wasn't true. Yes, through the gathering and spreading of false information from unreliable sources or those with their own vested interest, okay, whatever bullshit, narrative and agenda, even the government frigging departments, yes, you did. And what did my family do? You didn't do anything. What did my dad do? Did my dad stand up and say, I don't know much about what my son's studied and whatever's gone on and so forth, but you know what, I'm going to help him with a solicitor because that's what he needs. Obviously, he's being lied about, and, this will destroy his life. So let's fix it. Let's not have these organisations in his life. They're going to destroy it. Like, what's going on? Can someone ask Justin? He would know more about himself than anyone. Seriously, who would... My mother doesn't even know that I was a VIP host at Star Casino, and I keep getting this, he wasn't a VIP host? Yeah, I was. Sarah, when I started out in the host department, we were still wearing the green jackets. Okay? Sarah Mione, he actually merged all the departments together of hosting, so you weren't just a slot host anymore, a desk host, or a pit host, or Endeavour Room host and so forth, Oasis host, everything was merged as one blanket cover. VIP host came in when we merged with Endeavour Room. So the Endeavour Room, what is the light on that? And I never wanted to do Endeavour Room because it was a bit boring to work around the pits, but I did have to cover reception. I did cover reception at Endeavour Room, but I was more like the main gaming floor. I did the pits, slots, Oasis Lounge, Star Lounge, and I did the desk. So, Lagoon host desk, the one near the main cashier and so forth. Yeah, I was a VIP host. Like I said, when we started out, we were all wearing those bloody horrible green jackets. Then we had that beautiful suit uniform with the black, with the faint charcoal suit with the faint pinstripe for it. And I always wore a suit to work. So yeah, it was. I was a VIP host and I studied design. I've done everything I said, and what I've said about people is the truth. And you've lied about me for 9 years and used organizations and completely destroyed my entire life. You've lied about me the way I was in the past, growing up, or everything. There is no truth said. And my parents, which I reached out to everybody and said, look, I'm getting lied about. The only thing I need help with, I'm saying very specifically, I need a good solicitor. This should be human rights matter. Because what there is within the government now and government organisations and other groups and organisations, there's information that's taken as facts about me that's only hearsay, not true. It doesn't match any facts. My mother is the worst one that's caused this. The manipulative bitch. What she's said. And I can back it up. For an example, she used, okay, for an example, Nan's great-grandmother, and I can't believe we had to keep repeating this, Bridget. Nan Lola said, yeah, Bridget was French. I don't care. Pop even said Bridget was French. So Reg, and Bridget's last name before she was married was French. So who gives a fucking shit? It's there on birth, deaths, and marriages, but my mother wanted to use something. She has to use something to go, oh, you see? Because she wants to manipulate and push her agenda. And I'm standing back going, why didn't my mother bring this up in the 90s? Because there's the death record of Julia, my Nana Lola's grandmother Julia. And on the death record, it's got Julia's mother, Bridget Dufresne, and Julia's father, Matthew Joseph Ryan. And like Nan always said, her great-grandmother was French and her great-grandfather was Irish. And that's true. And then her grandmother, Julia, her husband was English. And that's true. So that's all true. So why are you doing it in the last 9 years, but you're doing it in a way to actually make me look a certain character that I'm not? Same thing when I talk French. It's like, but I learned French at LA the Rosary College, and there's the proof. Same thing when I talk Arabic or Lebanese. It's like, yes, but I've learned these things. Not well, and I've never said I've known them well enough. Same with Italian. It's like, yeah, but I spoke better Italian before 2007 than I ever do now. I spoke better Italian back in 2005 than I do now because I haven't used it for so long. Like, why? So all these things have been turned into a manipulative way to make me look like a character I'm not. Instead of just getting me a solicitor to go, okay, well, what Justin said, okay, he did modelling when he was a teenager. He never said he was some famous model. He just said he did modelling. There it is. He did do modelling. He has done acting. He has done this. He has studied art. He has studied design. He has worked as a VIP host. You've taken truthful information. You've stretched it out. You've twisted it around to be sinister to deliberately make Justin look like a character of a person he's not. Then you've used mental health organisations and other groups and so forth to completely destroy someone's life, which is what you've done, to push your own narrative and agenda. And for what? You've completely destroyed a human being's life for good, basically. That's what I needed, was a solicitor. Still need a really good barrister to fix that. Anyone could have done that for me. Anyone could have done that. Like, when will these lies about me be corrected, if ever, in my lifetime? There is such thing called the Martha Mitchell effect. Look up the Martha Mitchell effect, because Martha Mitchell, this is the thing. She started because she was right. And she had this similar thing happen to her. Like, in my life, she died before she was ever proven right. In my lifetime, will I see any justice? Because I'm put into a system where my life's destroyed. I won't have any life now. You've destroyed it completely till I'm 45 going, well, what can I do now? You've just taken 9 years of my life from me, and you're not going to correct it and say, yes, Justin's right, because that means you've got to admit to negligence and pay me damages. So you're not going to do any of this. You're not going to correct the false information, and anything that comes up in my life, I'm going to be hit with this. And there's no fixing it. That's it. Because this is what you've done. And it could have been resolved in 2015, but no. And as for my mother, no, I'm not going to even say a word. I think that it's just sick what's been done to me. The people are sick. The organisations are sick. It's disgusting. And I don't have anything else to say except, you know what, this does show exactly why I never wanted anything to do with my family, even back in 2002.